Good evening, YouTube. General Soul back with Persona 4 Golden. We are finally ready to go into the game world. Okay, I am going to apologize for any battles that are shown because since we are working on Hardcore Risette Fan, I have two guides up. One for enemy strengths and weaknesses, one for Risette lines. If you looked at the description of the last video, I've started putting my countdown of how many lines I have at the end of each video for Risette. We are at 101. I gain exactly 40 new lines in this dungeon here. So you're going to see some battles that take an awful long time because I'm trying to get some lines to be said. I tried my best to pick lines where I'm not trying to get lines because I've got every possible line I could get, but this is our first fight here. These are, what are these things? So I'm immediately checking my checklist to see if that line has been said. That's why we're taking so long. I do get quite a few lines. These are dependent basalts. They are weak to light and dark. They resist fire, ice, electric, and wind. They are found on floors 1 through 4. So they're not difficult at all. But we are trying to, especially in some fights, if I know an enemy can do a condition, I'm going to delay that fight as much as possible to get hit with conditions. There's even going to be parts where I am intentionally trying to lower party members' HP so that I can get lines for being below 50% HP. There was even a part, it didn't happen, but I was trying to get a party member killed so I could get a line for them being dead. So yeah, Hardcore Risette Fan, we are over halfway done, but we still got 109 more lines to go. And we are playing on beginner. So keep that in mind, where a lot of people tell you it's impossible to get on beginner. It is not. It's just fights are going to take a while. So because of me going for Hardcore Risette Fan, this dungeon took me about 4 hours to go through. So editing it as best as I can, but you're going to see some long fights where basically I'm not doing anything because I'm shifting between 3 different guides. Okay, so here is, what are these called? Are these corrupt towers? I think these are corrupt towers. Yeah, corrupt towers. Weak to wind, strong against electric, found on floors 1 through 4. So for the most part, just about anything I could get her to say, other than maybe about Yosuke killing an enemy, has been said. Now, one thing is there are lines for hitting an enemy's weak spot, but because I knocked down all enemies, she didn't say it. She does not have any lines for killing 5 enemies at once, because that just ends the fight. But if you can get... And apparently I thought I had some lines for being ambushed, but apparently I do not. Because whenever I was checking my checklist and adding up all the lines I've got checked off, I have nothing for being ambushed, but I know I let the enemy ambush me whenever we were looking for items. Lustful Snake, floors 1 through 4, weak to ice, strong against fire. We fought one of these in previous palace, if you remember. It was a mini boss. At this point, I am pretty sure that it probably has something where it can charm me, so I'm honestly, part of me is like wasting time to get them to try and charm me, but I also need to get some lines for Teddy. And the problem is I don't really have anything with Yukiko, but she's got such a low hit percentage that she could more often than not miss right now. And of course, since she killed the 2 enemies, nothing. But yeah, you want to take advantage of things to try and get certain lines from Risette. And that is, until that trophy pops, that is going to be my main focus. Do not just go all out and kill enemies with your strongest attacks. You do that, you're not going to get that trophy. Unless, of course, you're playing on like maybe the highest difficulty, which I have considered upping the difficulty, but I really want to show that you can get that trophy on beginner. All right, what are these? I've pretty much gotten all of her lines for the different amounts. So these are Mad Cyclops. They're on floors 1 through 4, weak to fire, strong versus ice and wind. But yeah, I've got just about every one of Risette's lines for beginning battle. No matter how many there are, I think there's 1 or 2 lines that I'm missing. I think there's 1 for 3, and 5 is a little difficult to come by because you just do not get 5 enemies that often. So again, at this point, I am trying to prolong the fight to try and get some lines. But again, Risette will have a few lines here and there for ending a battle, but there's not very many, and I've already heard all the lines. Now there's some new cards that are popping up here that make going for sweeps interesting. There's one that will give you 3 more draws, but you get no money. There's one I got that gave you 4 draws with no penalty. There's one that will change a persona's skill and just upgrade it to the next level. These are blue sigils. They are weak to physical. They drain electric. They are found on floors 2 through 8. Nope, sorry, they're not on floor 3. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then there's one that will just level up your persona, whatever's equipped. All right, so I take advantage of this. I definitely take advantage of this because I'm just like, okay, let's just take these hits and let's see if we can't get some of our characters low level. I am absolutely wanting to get lines for Yukiko and Teddy because since they go like last, I don't have many lines for Yukiko or Teddy. Now, I got a line for an enemy picking itself back up, which I wanted, but unfortunately, because she said that when it escaped, I didn't get the line for it escaping. There is a trick to getting lines for enemies escaping. You want to, if you got 8 Evil Smile on a persona, use Evil Smile on the enemies. There are lines for having 5 who run away. 5 enemies and 1 runs, leaving 4, leaving 3, leaving 2, and leaving 1, and then just gone. There's also a unique line for one of those gold hands. So definitely you want to try and get some of those to run away at least once. Once you have all those lines, you don't need to worry about that. As I said before, there are lines for every condition. So you want to try and get conditions. You also try and want to have them lower your stats, which they're not really doing. Alright, what floor is this? Alright, we're on the second floor. They call the floors chapters here. These are... I was checking on that opening line because there was one for 3 that I hadn't had. A Menti Raven, weak to electric, drains wind, only found on floors 2, 3, and 4. So I'm still at this point trying to drag out the battles. I eventually do stop dragging them out quite so much, but at this early point I am trying to drag out battles to get hit. Especially since, as you see, Yukiko and you are a little low on health. I kind of want them to get hit and lower their health a little bit. So this is the trick that I used for getting the similar trophy in Persona 5. You want to go into a second, at least a second or third round. It would help. It would be easier if I hadn't have gotten the jump on these enemies. I got a player advantage, and that's what's making this not quite work out the way I wanted. And finally, I was just like, fuck it, kill them. Yeah, by the time we get done with this, everyone is about the same level. So Teddy and Risette quickly catch up to us. Okay, these are blind cupids. Blind cupids, there they are. Weak to wind, strong against electric, found on floors 2, 3, and 4. As I said, there are lines for hitting enemies with their weaknesses and knocking down enemies. The trick, however, to get what you're trying to get is you don't want to kill the enemy with the weakness, and you don't want to knock down the last enemy. Yeah, there's a card that gives you 3 more, but you get no money. I think there was a similar one for no experience either. I kind of regret going for so many sweeps because I was getting a lot of no money cards, and I'm low on money. Very low on money. I'm actually worried that I won't be able to pull out all the personas I'm going to need. I'm most likely in this next month after this dungeon, I'm most likely going to be pulling out the cheapest personas of each arcana that I need. Alright. Okay, I showed this one because they summoned some enemies that we haven't seen yet. And plus, these are the gold hands anyway. The gold hands, these are supreme hands. They have no weakness. They will nullify everything but physical. So, just attack them with physical attacks. I am going for physical moves from my personas to lower our HP. Of course, Yukiko can't do that. She'd be strong if she could hit. And then this one also summons a steel machine, has no weaknesses, and resists everything except for light and dark at Almighty. The steel machine normally appears on floors 8 and 9. The Supreme Hand appears on all floors of the dungeon. So at this point, I'm trying to find the name of this the creature here and figure out what it's weak to. And it's like, no weaknesses. I do have all the Risette lines for every immunity except for physical. I've yet to run into an enemy that is completely immune to physical yet. Once I find that, I can get the 2 lines for that. I think I've got just about every weakness unlocked. Let's see. So I was going to use Evil Smile to try and see if we can get the Steel Machine to run away, but it did not run in this fight, so... And okay, that one's still here. That one's paralyzed. That one's still here. Okay, let's try and get some damn XP and money.
Keep it up, Yosuke-senpai. Two enemies left.
Now there is a line Risette can say if you were to kill the summoned enemy and then they summon another one. There's a new line. I also kind of want this Supreme Hand to run away so I can get the line for it running away. But for me to get that, Steel Machine cannot be killed. I wish that it hit. I don't have resistances to any elements on any of my characters. So that could have hit, but it didn't. Okay, there we go. That's the line for it running away. It's only one line for the gold one. So now, what to do with this one? It's going to resist everything I do. So I pretty much just hit it with whatever. You see it's pretty resistant, but it also does not seem to have very much HP at all if like 20 and 26 takes that much health off of it. But yeah, that's a lot of XP and money for that battle. Just imagine how much it would have been if we had gotten the other gold hand. Alright. Now there are 2 floors in this dungeon to be aware of. We will see one of them in this video. The other one will be on the next video. But yeah, again, apologies that this video is not as smooth as previous dungeons, but working on Hardcore Risette Fan, that is my focus until I get that trophy. And that trophy is probably not going to pop until near the end of the game. Even though we are making very good progress, we still have one more character to pick up, and there's still quite a few character-specific lines that I have not heard. Specifically, like most characters. Okay, now, this floor 3. This one is a special one. So each section looks like a dead end. If you go to one of the side panels, you will teleport to another part of the dungeon. I'm going to show you the path that will lead you directly to the stairs. If you want to go for treasure chest, you're going to have to go the opposite end I went to. There are 3 chests in this dungeon. Alright, take them out. So we're in the second part. We want to take the one to our right. Sorry that there's some delay there because I am shifting again through 3 different walkthroughs. our 3 different guides. Here we want to take our right path. Then we want to take our left path. And again, this is just the path to go directly to the stairs.
Yukiko-senpai? You don't look so
That is not the path we want to take. That is an actual dead end. We want directly behind us. I'm looking at my map saying, oh, I thought I was on the 3rd one. So for a second after that battle. So I had to remind myself I'm on the 4th one. Now we're on the 5th one. Turn to your left. And this will lead you to the stairs. So again, if you want to get the treasure chests, at 1, you want to go to the right. At 2, you want to go to the left. At 3, you want to go to the left. 4, you still want to go to the left. 5, you want to go to the right. And that will get you pretty much the entire floor done. When you reach the stairs, okay.
problem. It'll be over in a flash.
Is this the one that I first fought? I think I skipped the one that I first fought this group. So we've got Sword of Justice and the book. Let's see. Spurious Book is weak to ice with no strength. Sword of Justice is weak to electric, strong against ice. And of course the tower is weak to wind, strong against electric. There was a fight that I fought this exact same setup before, and I did not show that one. That was my first fight. I did not show that one because I did Evil Smile to get things to run away. The towers would not run away. So I don't know if there's just some enemies that just, even if you frighten them, they're just not going to run away. But I do end up getting almost all the lines for having enemies run away. Got to double check that one. Actually looking that one up right now. Okay, so there's the stairs. I do go ahead and I fill out the rest of the floor, but I don't show that. Okay, so enemy fleeing. Okay, there are 5 lines for enemies running away. 1 for the golden hand. I need to get a group of 5 and have 1 run away, leaving 4 behind, and I have all the lines for the fleeing. But there's 1 for golden hand, 1 for 5, 1 leaving 4, leaving 3, leaving 2, leaving 1. There is not 1 for the last one leaving. So next time I get a group of 5 and I can frighten them and have 1 run, I'm done with scaring the enemies. Alright, we are on floor 4 now. And yeah, this entire time I have not backed out to go make personas or anything. I don't even make all the personas that I can make right now. I'm actually getting to the point where there are personas that I can only get if I complete social links. So this gold hand summoned a platinum dice. Platinum dice is weak to ice with no strengths, and they normally spawn in floors 7, 8, and 9. So because I got lucky and got a critical, I actually wanted to kill the platinum dice and then have it respawn another one, but that didn't work out. Risette has like 4 lines for doing all-out attacks. I have heard all the lines for that. She has 3 or 4 lines for doing doing a rush. I've heard all those lines. I've just about got all the lines for trying to escape. I need one where I fail to escape to hear a line.
Gotten a little stronger?
I probably should try that on a... I should try that the next time I fight a boss battle. It won't be in this dungeon. Next time I need to remind myself to try to escape during a boss battle.
It's level up time.
Okay, so we are on, is this floor 5 or 6? Floor 5, okay. Alright, so these are strength beetles. You can find them on the list here. There they are. They are weak to dark, repels everything except physical and dark.
Really hit it hard.
So especially if you really want to lower some of your character's HP to get some lines,
Showtime. Are you ready? Ready when you are.
have them use magic that's not dark, and then just have Risette say her lines. She has 2 lines for every character being at low health, and she has a line for every character being dead. So keep that in mind. I think there's 2 or 3 lines for the main character dying. Oh, and that's a special card there that just flipped over. If you were to grab it, you get nothing. Literally nothing. You don't get an extra turn. You don't get any kind of bonus. It's just kind of there. And you see that I'm just basically switching out personas now. So I'm getting to a point where I'm about ready to, when I get to the next floor, go and make some new personas. Okay, we got these showing this gold hand battle because they again show summon a new enemy, Scarlet Turret. Has no weaknesses but resists physical. They normally spawn on floors 6, 7, and 8, and 9. And I think here is where I kill a Scarlet Turret, and then I know at one point I killed the summon and then had them summon another one so I could get that line.
3 of them. Don't give up now, okay?
But yeah, going for this trophy, you definitely want to play very differently if you're playing on the easier difficulties to get that trophy. If you're playing on the higher difficulty trophies, it's probably going to just be a natural pop. Alright, so did that to kill the turret. Then we're going to focus on one of the gold hands, and I'm hoping that they try and spawn so I can get a line.
Not over.
I need to get Yukiko on a different weapon. It's a powerful weapon. Okay.
It ran away. The nerve.
Now I need her to say something about Yosuke being poisoned, and unfortunately I don't think... There she goes. So that's a line. And Yosuke's getting close to below 50% health, so I'm hoping to get a line for that too. So, yeah, I'm looking for that line she just said so I can add it to my checklist. The moment I get that trophy, I can go back to just playing normally.
Hey, Senpai's poisoned.
And it didn't spawn a second one. Damn it. Alright, take the... Of course, the very thing that I really wanted to keep is what was changed. And I really didn't want to recover. But oh well. Alright, so now we have, what were these called? Avarice Bambinos. Weak to fire, no strengths. Found on floors 5, 6, and 7. Not sure if there's anything special about them. My list just shows strengths and weaknesses and what floors they're found. Does not list what skills they could do. Does not list any kind of conditions that they could do to you. I will tell you this much. After having done this trophy on Persona 5 and now doing it on Persona 4, I am glad it was not on 3 portable. I'm glad that they did not bring it back for reload. And I already know it's not in Persona 5 Royal. Oh, and as of doing this video here, the official announcement for Persona 4 Revival was announced, which was the greatest secret that everybody knew about. We got ardent dancers here. There they are. Weak to fire, resist wind, floors 6 through 8. So, for those that have been here for the last month or so, you know that I was originally doing Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. And then I started streaming Persona 4 Golden because there was a rumor going around that we were about to hear an announcement this summer for a remake of Persona 4. So I decided I want to get through Persona 4 and play through it before I finally, before that remake comes out. Well, and then I did 2 streams of that game, and I was like, before I do that, I really want to finish the Platinum of Persona 3 Portable. So, yeah, because of the rumor of a Persona 4 remake, I finally Platinum Persona 3 Portable, and I'm now playing through for the first time Persona 4 in any form. So I'm looking forward to Revival. That is a game that I do plan on getting day 1. Okay, so we are on the 6th floor, and we're getting close to the end of this video. There's not much more we can do, mostly because of how long the battles are taking, but I went ahead and backed out and started making some new personas. Here is Jin, might as well be Genie from Aladdin. That's essentially what it is. But as I said, at this point I am starting to run into personas that I cannot make because I must complete social links to get them. But unfortunately, because I was trying to make the personas that I can make now, I don't have very much money at all. I may have to actually go a little bit before I even upgrade weapons and armor. That's how bad it is right now. Alright. Honestly, I don't think I even used this persona at all. I don't know if you can hear my mother snoring in the other room. She is quite loud. And then she'll tell me that she never snores. But again, I have the link in the description for the compendium and every possible combination you can do to make each persona. So you can use that list to make each persona that I'm making here. I have the link to the checklist that I am using for Hardcore Risette Fan, so you can use that to help you try and get that trophy as well. And I am, as I said, I am now listing how many lines I have at the end of each video. As far as this video, I don't know because I'm still getting lines, but at the end of the next video, I'm at 141 out of 250. And I said, she almost has 400 lines. Not quite 400, but she has close to 400. So you need to get a little bit more than half of what she can say. And again, if I'm sounding like a broken record going on and on and on and on and on about that one trophy, that's again because Persona 5, I had to do 4 playthroughs to get the platinum because that one trophy that is similar to Hardcore Risette Fan is it was the last thing that I got. And whenever I finally got the pattern, this strategy that I'm using, I finally got it on Persona 5. Now we're working on it on Persona 4. And it's supposedly harder on Persona 4 because she has fewer lines. But essentially, strategy, again, is just the same. You want to get your party members hit with conditions. You want to have their stats lowered. She won't say anything about you raising stats, but if they're lowered, she will say something. So you want your stats lowered, you want to get hit with every condition, you want to be low health, you want characters to die at least once. Alright, so we got White Rider here. I don't think anyone can sneak up on that horse. The only reason I haven't cut off commentary yet is because even though we're still slowly making personas, I am going to be doing a little bit more in the dungeon, but we will be cutting here in about 9 minutes now. But yeah, if it really does seem like, yeah, I'm spending most of my time worrying about this one trophy, it is the trophy that will make or break your platinum. Everything else, if you follow this guide, is guaranteed. And if you follow the guide on what I'm doing for Hardcore Risette Fan, platinum will be guaranteed. If you don't follow what I'm saying for Hardcore Risette, which is why I keep harping on it, you're going to have to do more playthroughs. My understanding from what I'm seeing on the trophy guide is it's going to take 2 playthroughs for the platinum anyway. So if you do not get Hardcore Risette your first playthrough, focus on it on your second. Especially if you do a second, if you don't have Hardcore Risette at the end of your first playthrough, make that your focus. Do not upgrade your party members' like spells, like their fire, ice, wind, lightning. Don't upgrade their spells. Give them the weakest weapons. And you just want to drag the fights out. You also keep changing out your party members, things of that nature. And we got Siegfried there. Okay, back into the dungeon. We're going to do a couple of fights here, and then we are going to call it a day. We have Almighty Hand. No weaknesses, resist physical and ice. Leading Idol, weak to electric, no strengths. You'll also notice that I've switched in Chie and Kanji to help try and get them some lines. Especially in this case, Kanji doesn't have very many lines. But to give you an idea of where I'm at on lines with Hardcore Risette, as I said with the checklist, it has progress tracker for each for characters and in general, I have each character has 35 unique lines for them. For our main character, we currently have 9 of 35. Yosuke has 7 of 35. Chie has 10 of 35. Yukiko has 8 of 35. Kanji has 9 of... I gotta check on that one. This one says 36. I think that might be a typo. Teddy has 12 of 35. So Teddy, because he's been in the entire time, has the most lines. Now, for in general, it's listed under Risette. On the checklist, it's listed as Risette/general. There's 191. I have 86 of those. Alright, let's see. Looks like we're going to get a couple more fights here. Almighty Hand, I did not even mention that. Almighty Hand is found on 6 through 8. Leading Idol is on 4, 6, 7, and 9. And here we have 2 new enemies. We have... I think I was checking on that line because it's very rare that I fight 4 enemies. Okay, I know the ones in the background is Monochromatic Fuzz. They're weak to lightning, nullify fire, and drain ice. I believe the other ones are Whimsical Papillon, yeah. And they are weak to ice and strong against electric. I use this opportunity to gain some lines with Teddy and Chie. Having them, since the Fuzz will drain ice, I let them use their multi-targeting ice spells to kill 2 to get some lines for those 2. Now, while the Papillon is resistant to electric, you could possibly use that one back for Kanji. There is a chance that he might kill them as well. So as I fight these enemies, so got a line for Chie, checking it, of course. So yeah, you're getting the gist of what we're doing here.
Just 2 left. Come on, this fight's not over.
You're seeing exactly why these battles are taking so long, because there is a lot we have to do to get this trophy. But as I said, if you were playing on normal or higher, you will probably get that trophy naturally and don't have to even worry about it. But when you're playing on beginner, you have to do some work. Alright, so definitely want those. And I've also counted how many skill cards I've given Marie, because there is a trophy for giving her 100 skill cards. I'm not even halfway yet. I'm at like 43 or so. So hopefully we'll have the skill cards done by near end game. Alright, this might be our last battle for the video. What are the red ones? The red ones are new. Anguished Basalt. I gotta find that.
Wow, it's puny. This'll be cake. 4 enemies left.
There it is. Weak to electric and dark. Strong versus physical, fire and wind. Found on floors 5, 6, and 7. So, they resist fire. I'm trying to figure out. So obviously I'm definitely trying to figure out a way to get some lines, and I do need some lines for our hero. I've been focusing on everyone else instead of our hero. But yeah, I think this is going to be the last battle we're going to do here. So I'll stop yapping here so you guys can enjoy the end of the video. If you're enjoying the walkthrough, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. If you feel like making a donation to the cause, there's a link in the description to buy me a coffee. It is not required. Members, however, do gain perks such as being able to pick my next walkthroughs. And I will see you guys next time.
You ready for this?
Kanji defeated 2 enemies. Go team!
Here goes. Clash it time. We can smash them all. It's my turn.
Places, everyone. And action!
Like I'd say no.
Go!